when I was 18 years old and had my son for the first time, I brought him home from the hospital and just thought, oh my goodness, I have no idea what to do with this baby. I thought that I was gonna just kind of naturally know how to parent because I would, used to babysit. But when it comes to parenting, it's really, as you know, a lot more complicated than that. And we had just started attending a brand new church in Vancouver, Washington. It was a big church, and so we didn't know anybody. We would come in and we would attend service and then leave, and then I quickly became pregnant with my second son right away. And so at 19 had two little babies that became two incredibly active toddlers, and I was overwhelmed, exhausted, lonely, but I did enjoy my church. We loved it very much. We just weren't connected to anybody. And there were a lot of days when I felt like I was kind of drowning and just trying so hard to keep my head above water and all by myself, trying to figure out this whole life and momming, working, kids, parenting thing. So we decided that we needed to be in community and didn't really know what that even meant or looked like, but we sought out a house church or community group, they called them house church at the time, and started attending and started to meet some people and make some friends, and we had a lot of fun doing that. And after a few months of attending this community group, I got a call from a lady in the church who rang me up just to talk on the phone. I thought that was really unusual because I'm the kind of person that only communicates if something needs to be communicated, like times and dates and plans and things. And she had called me for no other reason than to get to know me. And I thought that was really weird. Like, what's her intentions here? So I even brought it up with some of the people in our home group and thought, this is weird. Is this weird to you that someone would just call me for no reason? And they said, oh, she just wants to be your friend. And I'm like, okay. And she later invited me to her house to have coffee, and I was super nervous because I'd never had a coffee date with another mom before. I was a real adult mom thing to do, and I didn't know what to do with my kids because they were, let's just say, very active toddler boys, and I was really surprised when she said, bring them. I thought, okay, and thought I was going to have to be watching them the whole time, all nervous, making sure they behave perfectly. And I got all ready and dressed and, did my makeup and my hair and went over to her house and thought we're going to sit down and interview style talk about, life. And when I got there, there was about 4 or 5 other moms there who were in their pajamas. They literally looked like they had just rolled out of bed and thrown their kids in their car seats and gone over to Carrie's for coffee. And there were toddlers everywhere, upstairs, downstairs, swinging from the rafters. It was just mayhem, but it was beautiful. And all these moms are just sitting around, chilling, laughing, super casual. And that's when I started to make friends, like real, genuine, true friends for the first time in a really long time. And I didn't have that before. I had people that I could call up and things. I had other moms that I could watch how they were with their kids and finally learn about parenting and other situations like that. And throughout our lives, that is a community that we have drawn upon through all of the things that we have gone through. We were never meant to do life alone. We were created by God to be loved and to be known. First by Him, which is amazing, but also by other people. And I always like to say life is a team lift activity. I don't know if you've been to Walmart where you have the really heavy, boxes and you want to put one in your cart, but it says team lift and it shows a picture of 2 guys on either side. Life is that way. We weren't meant to lift life by ourselves. We were meant to do it in community because life is hard. Whether you're in the church or out of the church, you need a village around you. And our village has been there for us through some pretty incredible things, including some of the worst poverty we've ever experienced, where we were actually without a home and with 3 little babies in diapers, and they helped us to get through it, through all of my health scare and being diagnosed with cancer and going through that, to moving cross state and moving cross country, to kid problems and marriage problems, and having a son that was diagnosed with special needs. The fact that I had people in my corner, that I had a village, is what got me through all of those times. So I always say, do not do life alone. Do it with other people.